Hey guys, so today is June 4th, 2017. On this video, if you have watched my previous pair strategy method video and it made sense to you, then don't watch this video. This video is more for the complete beginner. I got a couple comments and feedback that my previous video wasn't as in depth as it should be. And then the other thing is that I got a request for help in Florida for for someone named Doreen. So I was gonna try to just put it in the comments on how I go about this process, but I didn't. It would have been very lengthy and probably very confusing. So, again, if you have watched the other pair strategy video and it made sense, then go ahead and skip this video. The other thing I wanted to say is if it's quiet just for a few seconds, it's just because I had to get some water. Okay, so this method is or not the method, but this example is for Florida. And this is to find your pairs. So step one is you either, if you have a calendar, you're just gonna, so this is for May that I was looking at to figure out what pairs would be good for the week of June 5th. So your step one, if you don't have access to a calendar, you're just gonna take some notebook paper and label it May 2017 and then mark it from day 1 all the way down to day 31. And then you also, starting with day 1, you also want to mark in Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, etc. So for May, May 1st was a Monday. So what you would do, you would just mark, May 1st, 2017, and then just put Monday on it. After that, once you've done all of the days on that and the date, you're just going to put in the pick 3 number that correlates. For this video, I was comparing the evening side. But it's up to you. You do either day or evening. Just depends on what your tastes are. Mine is evening. So on step 3, once you have all the weeks written out, you're just gonna look at the previous week. So in this example, that would be, you're looking at the first week of May, and then you're comparing it to the second week of May. I'm not going to show you guys like the calendar example in this video. I might if I get feedback that you guys prefer that, but for this video, I won't be showing you the calendar. So, okay, so the pairs you're looking for, you're just going to be looking for the pairs that traveled to the following week. And I'll go a little bit more in detail, a little bit more in the video here. Okay, so once you've done that, you're just going to do the same thing for week 3 and 4. And then on step 4, you're just going to figure out what day is bringing the pairs after you've compared the numbers. And then what you're basically looking for when you're looking at the day is to see which day has a repeat pattern. Generally, if you can find that repeat pattern, even if the days change from like, I don't know, say like 183. So let's say that brought in like on a Tuesday, you figured out, okay, so Tuesday is going to bring in a back pair maybe of like 8-3 for the following week. The next couple weeks, it might change that pattern to the front pair, but generally the states, they don't change the day. So, okay, so even if they change patterns, okay, so now I need to switch, but I can still look at Tuesday in this example. They don't all follow that same rule, but, in general, they do. Okay, so on step 5, if you're a complete beginner, you're just going to play on notebook paper first. And then once you're hitting at least twice a month, then you can go ahead and play either online, which I don't know what that process is or how much or anything. I know it's a lot less than in store. But for me, I don't know what that process is. And then for Florida, so like I had said in my previous video, Florida is similar to the state I play in. You can play at 50 cents, and then you'll win $25 if your pair matches up. So that's $3.50 per week, and then I think that's $14 per month if I remember correctly. Okay, so just a reminder, front pair equals front pair, or FP equals front pair. SP equals split pair, which is not offered in Florida. And then back pair is BP. And just for an example, so what that means, so that 872, it fell on May 1st on a Monday. So let's say that you had played an 8-7 front pair. You would win $25. If you had played 50 cents. If you had played 7-2 back pair, then you would also win $25. If you had played 8-7 and then it hit like 2-8-7, then you would not win that money because it has to be exact. It has to be 8-7 in this example. And then again, if you would have played 8-2 front pair, then you would not have won in this example. Usually, just so I don't miss it, I generally like to play at least 7 days in a row. That way, if anything comes up, I don't forget to play. Because normally, if the day you miss is the day it hits, so. Alright, so what I was looking at, so I did the calendar for May for Florida, and I'm looking on evening side. So what stood out to me, so on May 1st, you had 872 hit on Monday. The following week, you had 273 hit. I don't know what day. I didn't make a note of that, but but what that tells me, so you see how an 872, 2-7 reversed, and then it went 2-7-3 for that following week. So on the next week, on their Monday, 0-1-3 hit. So what that automatically tells me is, okay, I should probably be looking to see if the following week, if that 3-1 reversed, or not the 3-1, if the 1-3 reversed to make it a 3-1 pair. And it actually did in this case. So on the following Monday, on May 15th, one thing before we go forward, so on May 8th, on Monday, is when that 0-1-3 hit. So from this, so okay, I probably should play, 3-1 front pair for the following week for 7 days. And in this case, it did hit that 3-1-2 hit on May 15th, on Monday. And again, all of this stuff is on the evening side. Okay, so So for the following week, what I probably would have played is 2-1 front pair, and it did not come through for the following week. So you would have lost $350 in that case. So the following Monday, 240 hit on May 22nd. And then I probably would have played 4-2 front pair just based on what I have stated so far. But what actually ended up hitting was 224 on June 1st on Thursday. So again, on that week, if you would have played with what I was saying initially, then you would have lost the 350. Okay, so on May, so ignore that June thing for right now. So on May 29th on Monday, 647 hit. So based on May, so this is going to be a little bit tricky because we're using May 29th on Monday, which I don't really like that much. Generally, the patterns, for the months, sometimes they have a different rhythm and a feel. I don't know how to explain that, like, really in depth, or how to explain that if you're not doing your own research. So, number one, I don't like that we're getting that Monday, that May 29th Monday, to look at this, but so I probably would wait until, if it was me, I would probably wait until next Monday to play or to figure out the number. But just using the method I had already explained, the pairs I would be looking for from that 647 would be so that 647, that also is for the week of June 5th, so tomorrow. So the pairs I would be looking for, just based on what we had discussed already, is that 6-4 from that 647. Oh, that's a typo right there, guys. So ignore that, okay? So I would actually be looking at that 7-4. So that 4-7 back pair right there, and then I would be looking at reversing that 7-4 into a front pair there, and then playing that for 7 days. The only thing is I don't know if you see here, like how that 2-4-0, that 2-4 front pair, how that turned into a 2-4 back pair on June 1st. So I would also be tempted to go with that 6-4 in the front there and have it as a 6-4 back pair. But this, I don't know, this number, and since it's coming from May, I would be very, very, I probably would not play this week if it was me. And just to see how June's going to establish their patterns. But that's how I would go about finding the numbers, basically. Okay, guys, so so yeah, I guess we can revisit this. I'll leave in the comments maybe next week on Monday night to see what I'm looking for and all of that. So hopefully that's a little bit more clear. I got a little bit. I'm a little bit sleepy, so I got I may have gotten some of this jumbled up, but hopefully not. Let me know if you're a complete beginner. Let me know like where I need to be more concise. I've been doing this a while, so it's hard for me to think about how, like, what questions you guys might have as a beginner. So that's pretty much it. Just let me know in the comments if you have questions. And then I'm not going to be doing any more help for the states for the week, not the week, for the month of June and probably July in this case. The other states I had helped, if you have any questions or want any more clarification. I didn't go into a lot of detail on the previous traveling number videos on this, but the states I've kind of figured out the days they were coming from and all of that. It's in my previous traveling numbers videos. I think it was for May. So those states are New Jersey, Ohio, Colorado. What was the other one? I think that was it, guys. And Missouri. The other one was Missouri. So might eventually be doing all the states and a little bit more in depth here, but not as of right now. Right. So that's it.